Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dee Dee, and we're way zoomed in on the camera. So if we do any larger projects, I will back the camera up. Beep, 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 beep. Anyway, so it's literally right here because we're going to do some, whether you call them ATC, art cards, for the pocket pages or whatever. But we're going to do some 2.5 by 3.5 ones here, collage cards. I'll just call them collage cards. That's what I always call them. So let me show you some of the ones that, and what I do with them. I might just give them away. They may end up in a pocket page or not. But I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Then I'll show some happy mail. And if you have any questions, put them in caps so I know you're talking to me. Excuse the coughing a little bit here. It's the weather changed again, and I slept with the window open in a drizzly night, so that makes my voice change. Just call them pretty, okay, Carrie. So I did different sizes. These ATCs, artist trading cards, which have been around forever, and I know I've shown y'all a gazillion of the ones that I traded back in early 2000. I did that for like 4 years till I finally just got so burnt out on trading artist cards that I just stopped trading them. Not that I never make them or anything like that. I just kind of changed the way I do them. So instead of just making plain art cards based on a theme, I started making my collage cards based on what I wanted them to be. So these are, I'll show you some different sizes that I've made. Here's a couple of the 4x6 ones that I've made, and these are varnished. So after I do them, when they're finished, then I will varnish them. And these are a couple of my ones from last year that I really liked, that I just keep here for samples. And and again, they've been varnished, so you can probably see a glare. But those are the 4x6, just so you can see the different sizes. Then here are 3x4. If you have any questions, put them in caps. So here's some of the 3x4 ones that I've made. So just so you can kind of see, let me just pick a few out here. So you can kind of see, this one goes this way. Pick a couple of my faves. Okay, so that's some of the 3x4 ones. Sorry, I pulled the camera cord there. Made it kind of jiggly. So you can see the different sizes. Then these I'm going to do today are 2.5 by 3.5, and they're a artist trading cards. Let me find one that's got a little bit more so you can see the size there. So these are 2.5 by 3.5. These are just 3x4. These are 4x6, 3x4. The standard artist trading card sketch card size is 2.5 by 3.5. And then I also made these little 2-inch ones. And so they're really tiny. Let me just pull a couple out here that are my favorite ones. So you can see how tiny these are. Hey, E.T., how you doing? Thanks everybody for being here. We did for those watching the recording, I've already said hi to pretty much everybody unless somebody new pops in. We had a little pre-chat so we could, catch up with, news and everything going on before I hit record. And so here's. Let's see some of these tiny ones. So those are just some 2-inch ones. Here's another tiny one. And they're mixed media collage. What I mean by that is they're collage and paint. So there we go. All right. So anyway, so there's some 2-inch ones just to show you the different sizes. All right. So like I said, this is your standard 4x6 postcard size, 3x4, And these two are also the size of Project Life cards, although they do have some odd sizes, like some 3x3s and some different ones too. But these are the two that really, you know, started the sizes. Then this is your ATC, your artist trading card, sketch card, baseball card, playing card size, 2.5 by 3.5. And then these are just some little 2-inch ones. So there you can see the different sizes of cards. And we're going to be making some of this size today. So there we go. So let me just stick these back up here. I have a little pocket right up here where I keep these handy so that when I talk about them, I can just reach right up there and grab them. Okay. All right, but before we do that, sorry if there's a little bit of a glare here, guys, from my, yeah, that's not going to work either, from my lamp over there. Maybe if I just not put anything over there, because it's really rainy and overcast today. All right, let's see where I can put that right there. So anyway, and we're real zoomed in today because we're going to be working on these small cards. So I have a bunch of ones that are, we call them background starter cards. You know, you can take a 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, decorate it, play with it, plus spray inks, collage, whatever, and then cut them up, and you have automatic backgrounds. So we're going to play with these today. I just pulled a handful of the multiple ones that I have to start with that. But first, let's show some Happy Mail. I did not do a lot of shopping this weekend. I did get a, Michael's again have their paper packs. Let me show you the one that, because we're going to do that project. No, this isn't it. Here it is. Is that it? We're going to do the, everybody draw, you know, color along with your color pencils on a portrait. And maybe, I'll probably finish up the 2 commission pieces this week. And then after that, I'll post them. I know she'll want me to post them after I finish them. But then we're going to use one of the little girls as our practice piece. And she already gave me permission to do that. So what I'll do is take a sip of coffee, post on my blog a very faint outline, and I'll probably, the best way for me is to print it on white, or put it on white, and you print it out on your color paper. So what I was getting to was, Michael's again have their Recollections brand. This is the neutral pack. These are $2 when they're on sale. When they're not on sale, they're like $3.50 or something like that. But they go on sale for, they say 5 for 10, and sometimes 3 packs for 10. This time it was 5 packs for 10, so they're $2 each. So I'm going to go ahead. I already have another one open, but I wanted you to see what it looked like. So the neutrals have hang on. Oops, I think I cut her off. Denise? Yes, I'm streaming. Can I help you? Would you like to come on stream? Are you busy this morning? Okay. Oh, really? Okay, so you don't have to go out to 1. Okay, well, come on by if you can. Everybody loved having you the other day. I'm going to be boring now compared to you and me here. You did watch it? Oh, did you like it? What did you think? Yeah. Well, come on in the room when you get back. You take Cam to school or something? Oh, just a boo. Okay. All right. Well, come on by. Bye. All right. So Denise said good morning, and she's going to try to pop into the chat. So anyway, so let me try to unrabbit trail myself. Back up a little. So these are on sale for $2, and so this is an option for you to use one of these tan shades There's a cream, kind of a cream color, and a more of a tan shade. This is more the color, this tan. The colors that are in here are this brown, a tan, sort of a cream, a gray, and a black. So these are the colors that come in this collection right here. And yeah, there we go. So anyway, either one of these would be fine to use when I post the outline for you to print out on one of these shades of color. The little bit darker one might be easier for you to, if you're not used to doing color pencil and having a mid-tone for you. A little bit darker, even if you went to the, let me get one here. No, that's not it. Hang on, guys. The craft color. Even if you went to a craft color, this would be ideal too. I'm not sure if I'm not sure which one I'll do. It probably just will depend. This one is probably the easiest for you to see the contrast from me, and the easiest to see the contrast when you're working on it. So maybe we should go with that. But whatever you can get, it'll work. It'll just be more of a contrast for you to be able to see black, white, and a mid-tone, okay? So whatever you can get your hands on, though. And I will record, so it's not, you'll be able to go back and watch it. So, yeah, so Michael's always has these recollection packs. They have a pink pack. They have a gray pack. There's a yellow and orange pack, reds and pinks. There's quite a few different ones. Plus, there's just plain white, plain black, plain craft, gray. So they have just the whole pack of one color too. So I just want to let y'all know that they're only like $2 for 50 sheets, and it's a good weight. It's 65-pound weight cardstock. So, if you can get something like that, it doesn't have to be exactly that. Just something that you're going to have. Yeah, anything. Let's just put it this way, Lindsay. Anything that'll fit through your printer. Okay, it's going to have to fit through your printer if you want to print out my outline of the person that we're all going to draw together. Because I'm going to post it on my blog, and you just run whatever color paper you want through there. You might have to adjust the contrast on the drawing that I put on my blog so that it shows up depending on the color paper that you use. Okay? Hey, Cindy Lou. So before I start saying this real quick, Lindsay, who I have some happy mail here, she's going into the Wingnut book. And I thought she had said one thing, but it's either way, it's still funny. But we were talking about grandmothers, and she said that her grandmother, she could tell her grandmas, her Nana, by she called them a blue Nana and a green Nana, and it was depending on what color dress and coat she wore. One Nana wore blue all the time and one wore green all the time, but I thought she'd said curlers. She could tell which Nana it was by the curlers. But either way, Lindsay's going in the Wingnut book. So if y'all aren't familiar, this is a Wingnut book for all of us that are wingnuts and funny, quippy things that people say. They're on Post-it notes, so when someone says something quippy, it's on the Post-it note, and it gets stuck somewhere that's getting pretty full in the Wingnut book. There's one right there. Know what I mean, Vern? Okay. So, anyway, so Lindsay also sent in some of her work, and she's on Flickr, and she's Lindsay Whimsy. And Lindsay, feel free again to post your Flickr. And so here's the cute little card that she sent me with a nice little note in it. So thanks so much for that. And she sent, here are her art cards, okay? These are definitely art cards. And so they came like this, and she has them taped all together, and I haven't taken them apart till we hit record. So now I'm going to take them each off of she just had them taped together because they look so cute that way. She has them taped together with some washi tape. They're each in their own little individual packs. So I'm sure that anybody that wants to be around for a drawing today would love to get one of Lindsay's art cards here. because we're going to do drawings today. Okay. So I get to keep one, and then I will give them away. So, all right. So there we go. Let me show you them one at a time. Aren't they adorable? Look. I know. See, it's those quiet ones. The quiet ones that hardly ever say anything. You got to watch them. Yeah. Lindsay, she talks to me before I hit record, and then she hardly talks anymore. But, I mean, she's starting to come out of her shell a little bit because she's getting to know us. But then just, to see the cute little work that people do that you just don't know until they share. That is, yeah. Hey, Dana, it's Lindsay Whimsy. And so, aren't they just so cute? I love them. I might have to keep this one for Samantha. Boo. That kind of reminds me of Boo right there. I think I'll have to keep that one for her. And then I'll give these 4 away. And where's Suzanne Ranza and the owl lovers? We have owl lovers. I'm telling you, people. Owl lovers. So we'll give away 2 today. How about that? We'll give away 2 today and 2 next stream or something like that. And I think I'm going to keep this one and give it to Boo. Is that all right with you, Lindsay? I know, aren't they adorbs? Oh, I'm not going to be one of the people that says adorbs, but every now and then it slips out because they are. So anyway, so that's what Lindsay has shared with us. And of course, I got the benefit of a nice letter. And so thanks, Lindsay, for sharing that. Thanks, everybody, for being here. We have quite a few people here this morning. And also, let me make a couple more announcements while we're staring at these adorable little cards. Kathy Arbor on YouTube, Cass here, she started streaming. And Kathy, can you put the link again to your Ustream? So she did a trial balloon, and she did great, of course. Ustream show. And so if y'all want another person to follow on Ustream, then go over there. And remember, if you follow the person on Ustream, you should. I think sometimes it depends on your browser and your email people. When you get alerts, whether on time or after we've already started, once we get rolling or what. But if you follow us on Ustream, you'll get email alerts when we go live, when we hit the broadcast button. So, yeah, she did do great. I don't know if she stepped away. I don't want to say the name wrong. It's kind of a longer name for Ustream. So when she pops back in, when I see it, I'll tell y'all the name. So she started streaming over the weekend. There it is. It's Creating in My Art Journal. Okay, Creating in My Art Journal. Separate words. And she has them with dashes, so you might even have to put the dashes in there. Creating in My Art Journal. And she's Cass1415, Kathy Arbor on YouTube. So it was just so great to see her streaming. She has great YouTube videos and she's just fun. So y'all follow. She's another one of those quiet ones in chat. You got to pull them out, go like this sometimes. Kind of like when Cam's art journal that I try to grab from him. Yeah, I got to drag it out. Okay, so that's the Wingnut book. There's some beautiful work by Lindsay Whimsy. Then also got mail here from, hang on, this is from our Pam, I call her Pam Brower, but it's BROWPR. It's like backwards on here, but that's how I recognize her. So it's our Pam, and she sent, and I think she's Queen Pam also on other places. So let me just slide this over here. And so let me make sure there's no addresses, but here's her. I'm covering up the addresses. And she sends all kinds of little things, some quotes. She sent, sorry for the squeaky chair, this adorable postcard. Look how cute that is. I love this. And on the back it says, "You are braver than you believe, stronger than you," oh, let me check. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. Queen Pam. I love that. Look at the little glitter heart, little feet are glittered, the little belly button. And then she also sent some stuff for Mystery Carol and some butterfly cutouts and things. Then she sent for me some little what's here, guys? Little butterfly post-it notes. Good grief. Some butterfly post-it notes. So you can kind of see they peel right there. Isn't that adorable? I've never seen butterfly post-it notes. So she sent me some, and she sent Carol some, Mystery Carol, so thanks for that. And all kinds of little quotes, wild words for wild women, all kinds of little quotes and things. So thanks so much, Pam. Then from our AJ, let me keep this together here. Then from AJ, she said I could show this. I set it over here because it's going out. Okay, wait a minute. Let me put this over here. Got to keep everything together. I got some with pocket letter. Well, this one is she did a surprise extra pocket letter for somebody. AJ did. And I'm going to take it off, so I hope, she said I could show it, but not say who it's for. So this is going to be a mystery pocket page for somebody, and but she did not have the address. So she sent it to me. She sent it with the stamps already on it, decorated envelope and everything, so that all I have to do is put the address, because y'all know I do not share addresses, and she wanted it to be a surprise. So she could not ask the person for their address, because she wanted to be a surprise. So she sent it to me with a self-addressed stamped envelope for me to put this in the mail to the person that it goes to. So, anyway, hey, Vicky. Okay, you got some with your pocket letter page. Oh. Okay, so anyway, so AJ, I'm going to slide this off, and I'll put it all back together real nice. But inside here, look, she's got some little bees in there. I'll put it all back together. Have no fear. She said I could show it. Just make sure there's nothing, no names or anything on there. So here's AJ's, and I love this. This one has washi, and she put the little what she has in it. This one, she has washi tape. This one, she has a napkin in there. And look at her pages. Look at the backgrounds. We are going to have so much fun. Okay, a letter. This one has the letter, and I'm not going to read the letter because it's not my pocket page. A book page. A quote. Doodle bugs. I do want to see what the doodle bugs are. Can we peek in there? I want to see what the doodle bugs are. Oh, there's look, little tiny little bugs in a baggie, in a little bag. So cute, AJ. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love this. My art. A collage. And just because. So, and there's stuff tucked in these different pockets, but I'm not going to take them all out. Maybe when the person that gets it will share. But anyway, so I asked her if I could show her pocket page. Here's the back. There's her big picture right there. The big picture without the glare. So isn't that adorable, guys? I know. Hey, Z. We were just talking about you earlier, recommending that if anybody wants to see some pocket pages to go see Zandra. Hey, Cindy Lou. So, anyway, so this is it's a secret. But AJ did not have the address, but AJ sent it to me to forward on to the person. So yes, we are going to, let's see, how she have this like this, like that. And we're going to put the little napkin back on there. The little doily. She had these like tucked in there. Let me untie her little string here and put that back. If I get a knot in it, I got some more of this string. I don't want to tie it back just right. for AJ. So thanks, AJ, for letting us show that. Okay, I got a knot in it, so I'm going to have to dig out my string to replace it. But I'll put that back on there too, AJ. So there we go. And look, she even decorated the whole envelope. So yeah, so that'll go out. I'll send that in the mail. Well, I'll probably get it in the mail today, AJ. My mail doesn't come till late, but I wanted to show it since I had your permission. So I'll forward that on to the person that you intended it for. Then she sent all kinds of little goodies and a beautiful postcard, a quilted postcard. Dee Dee, oh, I hope y'all didn't see that. I don't think you did. That's the person that it's for. Sorry, I hope y'all didn't see it. Okay, so then she sent this beautiful quilted postcard for Mystery Carol. And she wrote a nice note on the back for Carol, but I wanted to show y'all, it's quilted. It's all quilted. And it's a butterfly. Like, see, it's a soft postcard. Let me make sure. I'll cover up everything. But it's a flexible, it's one of those fabric. I couldn't think of the word. Fabric postcards for Carol. And she has a nice note on the back. Yeah, Lindsay. Okay, thanks, Vicki. So isn't that beautiful? So she sent this for Mystery Carol with a note that's actually on it for Carol. So that will go to her. I'm trying not to show things. I'm trying to. Okay, so then she said, "Thank you, Dee Inkwell," and a little card there. And then inside this envelope, this bag here, she sent me all these cute little things, including, look at this tissue paper. I love this tissue paper. I've seen it online, but I've never seen it in person, with the keys, watches, and clocks. Tissue paper. I'm just going to sit here and stare at it for a minute. Y'all want to get a cup of coffee? Oh. So yeah, I love that. My little note here. Hang on, got my addresses separate. I keep those notes. I keep everything. And then these little pieces of metal little watch faces. Let me take them out. Can't see. Hello, other Vicky. We got our Vicky and our Vicky. So look at the little tiny watch faces here, the little metal watch faces. You'll know I love that. You got them from Hobby Lobby. I've never seen them. The watch faces you got at Hobby Lobby? I know I've seen faux ones. These look real. Little metal faces. And then look at this. Let's see, is Janet here? J. Merrill. Hi, Dixie. Who else? And hi, Homeschool Mama 4. Who else is popular? Hey, Paula. Kelly. Who else have I missed? Mitz. Nikki. I think I had said hi to Suzanne and Z and everybody else. I think I said hi to everybody else. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Another full house. But look at this. You wait for it. Oh, you are there. Look. I'm going to have to share one of these with you, Janet. Look what AJ sent me. Me and Janet love sock monkeys. Do we have any other sock monkey lovers? Look, they're the bottle caps. But they have the puffy, like the sticker on the back, so they're like puffed up. I know. Isn't that adorable? I know, right? So there's the little bottle caps. Whoops, sorry, guys. My camera is like literally right there. That is so cute. Carrie, me. Oh, I'll make some notes, guys. But anyway, I thought that was so cute. All right, so there we go. So that's my Happy Mail. I think I showed all my Happy Mail. Don't want to lose my little tiny clock faces there. All right. Oh. So anyway, if y'all, let me go ahead. Let's see. This goes to Mr. Carroll's pile over here. Trying to keep it straight. This goes to, just got my piles. And thank you again, Pam. I love that. And Lindsay Whimsy, if y'all just came in, Lindsay Whimsy sent these. So let's go ahead and do a giveaway right now. Okay, so y'all know I'm going to keep this one because I'm going to give it to Boo because it reminds me of Boo. So these 4 are going to be up for a giveaway. I'll do a couple today. So what I'm going to do is, y'all know the usual way we do giveaways. Let me get this big Post-it note out here. And I'm going to write down a number between 1 and 50. And I'll let you pick which one of these you want. So Lindsay Whimsy sent these in. Okay, got a message. Okay. Carrie, there's someone on the ball, I'll tell you. Okay, so what we're going to do, a zombie sock monkey. Oh my gosh, Vicki, you're just bad, girl. A zombie sock monkey. Oh, there really is one, Vicki. Oh my goodness. I can so see you getting that, Vicki. And Vicki's another one who has some nice work on Flickr that she needs to share more often. So Vicki, I'm going to make you, I won't crack the whip, but if you'd like to share your Flickr, Vicki's got, our Vicki BR has some amazing artwork as well. There really is one. Yes. So Vicki, if you want to share your Flickr with everybody. Okay, so I'm going to write down a number between 1 and 50. This is how it works. Of course, off camera. And then when I type in the word go, when you see me type in the word go, one number only. Put in only one number. The person closest without going over can pick one of Lindsay Whimsy's cards. International, anywhere you live. Y'all know the deal. Okay, so I think I will put this number. And I just, whatever comes to my head, guys, is what I write down. Nothing in particular. Just whatever comes to my mind. But I think that just looks like Boo. If Denise is here, she may not be here yet. Hey, Barb. When Denise gets here, I'll have to show her this because it looks like Boo. So that one's going to Boo. All right, so y'all ready? Thank you, Vicki. And then I'll get Carrie or Eileen to help me go back through and see who got the closest or right on the nose. So I'll wait. I know, aren't they adorable? Let me just show them while everybody's putting in the numbers. Owl 1. Owl 2. So you can pick whoever wins. Girl 1. She's kind of steampunky. And girl 2. Okay, so that's your choices when you win. Okay, I'm just going to give it another second so that when I don't see any more numbers being put in. And then Carrie's good at stopping chat and finding it for me. But anybody that can help. Okay, so I don't see any more numbers. There's stop. And the number is 28. Did anybody get exactly on 28? I'll try to scroll a little bit, but I don't want to lose my chat. So while I'm streaming. Okay, Carrie, can you look for me? Did anybody get 28? I see a couple 27s. Who put a 20, unless there's a 28. Xander, I had 27. Does anybody get 28? All right, Xander who had the second 27? Somebody else had 27 as well. We're just going to do 2 right now. We'll go ahead and do 2. Xandra, and who else? I'm trying to scroll back. Vicky, the other Vicky. Okay. All right, so Xandra and the other Vicky. Now, the other Vicky, I'm not sure. Do I have your address, other Vicky? I don't want to call you other Vicky. Okay, so Xandra, you get first pick. Xandra and the other Vicky. Vicky L. Okay, so Xandra, you go first. And then Vicky, you get second choice. Because you came with a second. Okay, so Xandra, Owl 1, Owl 2, or Girl 1 or Girl 2. Which one do you want, Z? And then I'll let Vicky L pick one as well. I don't want to call her Vicky L. I want to call her other Vicky. Okay, well, Vicky, you'll have to send me your address if you'd like one of these. Girl 1. Okay, so Z wants this one. She wants Z1. Okay, girl 1, I mean. Okay, so there's Z. Okay, Vicky L. Which one do you want? Owl 1, Owl 2, or the girl? Girl 2. Okay, so Vicky wants girl 2. All right, there we go. All right, so send me your address, Vicky. Carrie, there, thank you. Carrie's all right, snap to it. She's just like right there. So Carrie, grab my email there, Vicky, and send me your address, and I'll send that out. And again, I do not give anybody's addresses out to, not even amongst the group. That's why girls send me stuff to forward for them. I'll tell you, different people's email or Twitter names so that you can get in touch with them if you want somebody's address, or you can send it to me and I'll forward it. All right, so Z and Vicky got the girls. We got the owls, so we're going to still do some more giveaways there. That one's for Boo. All right. Oh, throw that away. Throw this away. All right, there we go. All right. So the only other thing that I got this weekend as far as shopping, other than that paper stack, what is Eileen saying? I saw something about some mobs from Eileen, but I don't know. Okay, so let me put this in my outgoing mail. I'll try to get those in the mail today because my mail comes late. All right, sorry for the shaky camera. I bumped it again. It's literally like 1 foot off the desk here because I wanted to do these, cards today. All right, the only other thing I got was, and I knew it was going to be a little small, but I didn't really have a notebook or something to put my pocket page thingies in. And I knew that this notebook this binder would be a little small because of the things that came in it. It came with some of these the only thing I use these for is keeping collage elements in stable, like if I have a bunch of collage elements. Do not put your photographs in these. Just saying. This will turn your photographs yellow if you have, if your parents or grandparents have any of these old photo albums and your photos are turning yellow in them, take the pictures out. This unless they change the glue formulation, you're going to have yellow pictures, very shortly. But what this is good for is little collage elements. So, for instance, if I had just this little bit of collage here and I just wanted to keep it where I know I want to use it eventually or soon, then that's perfectly great for that. Okay, so keeping your collage elements intact is great with this. Okay, bye, Kathy, and thanks again for starting to stream. So anyway, that's what these are good for. But I could tell by the size of the book and the size of these pages that the pocket pages would be a little big, but it didn't matter to me because I just wanted a place to put them in. So like my blank ones, I bought another pack of the blank ones at Hobby Lobby. And then I just have a few here ready to either draw on, backgrounds, whatever. So I filled a few. Here was my sample thing with some ideas. I have one here with just some bits of leftover stuff that I want to use. So if you have a little notebook where you're keeping your pocket pages, then keep a couple extra for your blanks, for just some of the little trinkets that you're going to be tucking in. That's a good place to just store them while you're in the process of making them. Like that. Then I have a couple here, like I want to make one for Mom. I have a couple here extras. Here's my Jan one. Look, my Jan one. My very first and only true pocket page from Lady Quail. And so I have a couple others here. Here's the one I'm working on for JJ, because it's not done. The one for Jan and the one for Jean are going out, or sent out. So they're, you know, they're already mailed out. But I haven't finished JJ's yet. So here again, let me fix it there. You can see they stick out just a little bit. But what I liked about this cute little notebook at Michael's, it was only $2.50. So I figured for $2.50, I'll let the pocket pages just stick over 1/4 of an inch. It's not like this is going to be traveling around and getting, you know, whatever. I just put a little headband around it to kind of keep it closed. So I thought that was a good deal. What did Vicki say? Does Vicki need to go in the corner, Eileen? No, I don't, do I, Gary? Yes, I do have a lot of ATC starters. I know I've shown, but I have organized them, so let me show y'all. So here are some of my ATC starters. These are in progress in different stages. Y'all seen my notebooks. I have notebooks full of ATCs traded, mine and others. But these are all my starters. Okay, so actually I have 2 trays like that. The other one has a lot of playing cards and other things in it, and other type of cards. This one has like playing cards and other things that you use in artist trading cards. You know, I've got some index cards, you know, the little envelopes and just different things in here. But I did organize those. Okay, so back to these that I pulled this last night, actually. I pulled these last night for, let me don't lose my little boo card there. I pulled these last night from my starter bin that you just saw. Vicki, I'm telling you, you need to come visit. Vicki needs to come visit when they're filming The Walking Dead right down from my house. Vicki she likes The Walking Dead. I have to say, people, I have never watched the show at all. Not interested in, I mean, I'm sure I'd like the story plot, but the blood and guts, just, yeah, not so much. But anyway, Vicki really likes it. I told her Vicki lives in Louisiana, that she needs to just drive on up or take the bus, either one. She doesn't like to fly. And so anyway, come on up when they're filming The Walking Dead and visit. And maybe we could go down there and, like, geek out. Hey, Packer Die. Yeah, I don't mind a good ghost story or a scary story or something like that. I just don't like the blood and the guts kind of thing. You know, that's just me. You know, Vicki's another story. Anyway. All right, so these are some of the ones that I pulled just to do, like I showed you earlier, some of my collage type cards. But these are going to be smaller. So here's some of my 3x4 ones that I showed when we first hit record. So these are just some of the different ones. And so these, I'm going to start with that. Now, granted, most of this may get covered up. I don't know. But I'm going to kind of sort them out a little bit. I zoomed the camera in so that I can work on multiples at a time. Now, I'm just going to lay them out real quick, and then we'll start eliminating a few. I've done this before where I've worked on 8 or 10 cards at once. Here's just some plain painted ones. I'll put some of these, let's see how many can I fit on here. I guess I can fit about 12. Let me scroll my camera setting up there so I can see how far it goes and still not lose my chest. Sorry for the squeaky chair, guys. Just, it is what it is. Okay, so there we go. This one looks like a little landscape to me, as does this one, and this one. Kind of looks like an island there. So maybe I'll do a couple of pink, like, landscapes there. This one looks like a landscape with some trees in it. I'll see how many I can fit on here. Now, I'm not going to say I'm going to work on 15 at once. I'm going to narrow it down. This is another one that looks like a landscape. That's just a painty one. Another one that's kind of like, let me move this. I'm not sure here how many I can squeeze in. I'm trying to get as many as I can on here. And these are just some random ones. Okay, so I think we'll stop with that. We won't go with that many. All right, so I have different ways of doing the collage cards, and these are going to be no exception to the rule. It just depends on what I'm starting with. Sometimes when I start with just a blank card, and then I'll glue an element on it, like a watch. Let me get a piece of a watch here. And I will have to do a little bit more fussy cutting than I normally do on larger pieces. I know I always tell you whenever you can to use a torn edge, the paint will blend better. But sometimes when you're working on such a small area, you've got to fussy cut things out, or that otherwise it just takes up too much of your little art card. So just depending on where you're going with it. So it's not ever a real hard and fast rule any more than it is when you're art journaling. Okay. Thanks, Vicki. Yeah, I just picked out some random ones. Like I did this. These were painty, inky ones. And again, I don't know which one of these have dilutions on them, which one have paint. It's like up in the air when you wet these things, whether they'll smear. So you just kind of take it slow and see where you're going with it. This one has a napkin. Any other ones have a napkin? This has a piece of a map paper. This has a piece of a jewelry something. So, and then they've been cut up. And we've done that multiple times, how you can take one 8.5 by 11 sheet and how you can cut it up into a whole bunch of ATCs. I think it's 10. I think you can get 10 ATCs out of one 8.5 by 11 sheet. If you go to, I think it's merkwood.com, Merk, M-I-R-K, merkwood.com. They have different patterns on how to cut things out and how to get the most out of a sheet of paper. Okay, so any questions or anything? Take a sip of coffee. You like dark shadows, Eileen, back in the day? Shh, we're not supposed to say that. We're that old, Eileen. Shh, don't tell anybody we're that old. Hi, Moomy. I always liked ghost stories. Like, you know, watching the old black and white, and well, some were in color, but back in the day on late night, Saturday night, you know, Monster Fest or whatever, I forget what they called it back in the day. And I liked those, but they weren't the bloody, gory kind. That's the kind I don't care. I don't like Jason and axe murderers and all that. You know, I just don't care for those type of movies. That's just me. You know, if you're Vicki, don't email me. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I have a few different watch parts. I did pick out a couple of jewelry bits, and I wanted to get a couple, maybe some flowers and some birds. So hang on. I'm just going to try to find some general things. 1 second. So, you know, I got tons of collage fodder from all over the place. And so let's see. Let's pick maybe something from, here's another watch part. Here's another watch. I got a couple watch things here. I got some old Renaissance paintings that are sometimes fun to pull. And again, guys, these are not, I'm not selling these. They're just for our fun, for our, what do you call it? Trading and playing, and I'm not selling these. Don't anybody email me that I'm selling a piece of Mona Lisa. Oh, here, there's some an Egyptian, is that an Egyptian tapestry? No, it's some, I guess it's just some Egyptian hieroglyphs and off some of the walls in Thebes. So those would be fun. Where's Linda? Those would be fun. But for instance, like this, here's a painting off of calendar, and she won't fit on there, but part of her will. Let's see if we can get a little bit of her out here. Maybe she's transfixed by something here. And again, I might have to fussy cut her out, and depending on where she'll fit or whatever, you know, that kind of thing. Here's some woman standing over some guy with some writing or something like that. You know, these kind of little bits like that, just to start a little story. These are just our art cards, people. All right. So I'm just going to pick a couple things here. And I should have picked them a little bit more specifically before on record. But now you can kind of just watch the process. Or as Paula says, process. I love how she says that. Okay, here's another one with some people in it, you know. And then they get painted and around and on. And so let's just pick a couple people. And I'm just going to set them over here now because I don't know where they're going to, which card they might or might not go on. So if you have any questions, put a Q and a colon. I mean, oh, you can't do that anymore. Put it in caps. Give me all caps. Hey, Julie, I know her last name's not Topaz. Loved your pictures over the weekend of your little ginger snap. And if y'all are watching the recording on YouTube, this is a live show with live people in a live chat. And the shows are long when you're watching, if you're watching this live. So if you want to get like straight to a process or something, just click the little slider thing and slide on up to where you want to watch it. You know, if you don't like long videos, that's fine. Not everybody does. All right, so let's see. I think I will cut a little bit of these Egyptian. Where's Linda? Let's take a few of these little hieroglyphs. Maybe a couple of those. Again, I don't want to put them on the cards yet. I'm going to get me a stack of stuff to... When I start laying the collage elements out, I'll take them and I like to kind of just not overthink it. So we're going to try not to overthink when we start adding our little collage bits. There's another one here. We'll do 2 or 3 with some Egyptian theme. Okay, Bunny. So hope everybody's doing well. Had a good weekend. Just going to try to find a few more people or something here to add to our collage. Oh. Okay. Now I know these are not flamingos, but I have to send Eileen. I'm going to cut this out. Whose painting is this? The writing is so small, my poor eyes can't see that. Oh, it's a Degas. Okay, so anyway, Eileen, it's not flamingos, but this made me think of you. I gotta send that to Eileen. Okay, that was a little rabbit trail. Maybe she's... No, I haven't gone to Twitter. Is that today? I didn't see the zombie flamingos. I missed the zombie flamingos that you tweeted to Eileen. Vicky, you're so bad. We're so bad with our Vicky. I mean, with our Eileen, aren't we, Vicky? All right, let me see. I'm going to try to pick. I know, Lindsay, right? I'm going to have to go in my own corner, right? Okay, so I really like this. Some Japanese couple of from a Japanese painting, but of course only one can fit on a card, so we're going to maybe do a couple of 2 different ones. Those are cool. What else? Poor Eileen, I know. She's still here. Did we run her off? I hope not. She knows we're kidding with her. Eileen's got a great sense of humor. All right, let's see. I'm just flipping through here. All right, so here's a little girl face there. We'll just take this. These are just different paintings from the museums. And we're just going to try to maybe incorporate them, or maybe not. You know, we don't know yet. I'm just trying to pull. Denise, where's Denise? I'm pulling. I got to say, I had so much fun. Look at these little folk art paintings. Those are cool. I had so much fun with Denise streaming with me last week. It was so much fun. Got a couple of these. Well, I'm not going to say anything about that. I guess some people can say they spend too much time on the computer. I don't know. I've been on, you know, in chats and groups and everything for 20 years, and I love my online friends. I love all my friends in the box. So, yeah. Now, of course, I'm not raising children. You know, now if Denise was spending as much time on the computer as I do, then I would worry. But I'm just here by myself in my art studio all day long. Oh, I really love him. I really like him. Might put him on something. Okay. Oh, I love that fabric too. Okay, we'll keep that. All right, let's see how many I got here. I need a few more. I know you probably can't see what I'm doing here, guys. I'm just going through here and flipping through and finding some, you know, whatever. You know, and museum things, you know, there's a few, you know, naked paintings here. We can't, otherwise we'll be going, Ustream kicked me off. Oh, I'm going to keep that. That's a good one for, look. So I can't show you all these museum things because one accident and you're off the air. Ask Blade. Oh. All right, let me just grab a couple more, guys. Oh, no naked bodies. I mean, it's funny. I mean, it's not funny, haha, but it's like, you know, it's just Ustream's rule. I guess they have to draw the line somewhere. And even if that means, you know, the statue of David or a, you know, a medieval painting, anything with nudity, Ustream just does not let go. Does not let it go. So, okay, is that Jean? Oh, no, it's Vicky. I can't look at it right now, Vicky, but I'm guessing that that's the zombie flamingo. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so I think I'll stop on the people, maybe grab a couple of birds or flowers or something. I'm just trying to have a bunch of tiny collage stuff here to work with. Okay, so wrap this pack up and let's see here. Whoops, sorry guys for the shaky camera. Let's see, maybe a couple, I don't know if I got any small birds. These birds are probably going to be too big for, you know, maybe. That one's kind of cool. There's some like cranes or something. Let's see if I can try to. Because remember, I'm working with 2.5 by 3.5 inch paper here. And links are open, guys, if y'all want to promote any classes you're taking, any groups you're in. It's all, you know, it's all good. Here, I will have to probably cut some of these birds out if I want to use them. So like, there's a good, there's a swan on this side, but there's a good, couple of parakeets here just to play with their little selves. Or if y'all have streams you want to talk about, Jean, well, she's at school. Jean is our music scrap. She's a music teacher up in Canada, and occasionally she gets here before we quit the day. All right, let me find 1 or 2 more, guys. I know it's probably, I'm trying to just gab with you for a few minutes. Oh, no. Look away, Eileen. All right, I'm going to wait for the lag, but this is a gorgeous picture, guys. Just don't look. I'm going to send this to my sister. My sister, because of Eileen, I've been teasing my sister who lives in Texas. And she, you know, Texas, where she lives is pretty dry. And so I've been posting on her Facebook different flamingos in her Texas yard with the mesquite trees and stuff. But I've been posting flamingos and tropical things in her mesquite dry Texas yard. And so yeah, I'll have to send that to my sister. Oh, all righty. Let's get one more little bird face. All right, y'all ready to do some collage? I'm going to stop with that. We can always add more, you know, and then we paint too. Yeah. I told her to look away. I did. I gave her a warning. No flamingo, no clown zone. Okay. Oh, there's that. Hey, Colleen, that flamingo duct tape. Oh my gosh, I might have to get that for my sister. Okay, so what I'm going to do, see if I had some music, we go. That sounded like Batman. Oh, who posted it? Somebody on Facebook. It was so cute. And it said, maybe it was Deb Boring. That's her nickname, Deb. And Paula knows who she is. I think it was her, Paula, that posted on Facebook. Could be, I could be wrong. But it said you have to really look at this to get it. And I'll just do a quick little thing right here. And there was Batman sitting on a bench. Here's Batman sitting on a bench, like at a bus stop. And there was a whole bunch of little blue-haired ladies on the bench. Okay? And the caption read, Nana, 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 Batman. I was laughing so hard that I was crying. So, okay. Couldn't help it. Y'all have maybe seen, Vicky gets it. Okay, some of y'all probably got it. Because you have to have watched the old Batman. You know, nana, 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 and it was real. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and start laying out some collage. Sorry, guys, the chat's cracking me up. Okay, so let's just start, and I'll just keep my scissors handy here. I'll at least cut kind of close around, because I'll paint around these as well. This is all freestyling. We're freestyling here. Okay, so what I usually do is I'll just go through and find places where I like where they look, and they kind of get lost sometimes until I get, you know, to painting them out and stuff. But we're just going to play with some art cards and gab. Now these right here I want to be scenery. So these 5, 6 right here, these right there look more like scenery to me. This one kind of does too. And yeah, so we'll just put a bird on it. Yes, I'm cracking myself up, Moomy. And then these little kids, and you know, maybe one of those could be in the foreground of a scene like that. Same for this one. Those two. And I'm just going to kind of, I'm going to try to get in the zone a little bit at the same time, talk to you guys. All right, this one, like this little Egyptian on the wall, hieroglyphs. Same for this one. I think I want it to go this way. Go that way. So if y'all want to talk to me, please put it in caps. Just make sure my chat scrolls. I did watch the rest of yours, Colleen, although I did tell the girls I did fall asleep in a little bit of it, not because of your stream, but because I was tired. But I did watch the majority of your show. Here's another little, maybe this one can be in the foreground there. Like this lady here. And again, it's best if you tear your edges. If I had the time, I would have torn all that out because then it's easier to blend paint if you tear. She looks good right there. Okay, here's this guy. Okay, there's a piece of my tape coming off there. It's bugging me. All right, let's see. Like that. Maybe she's dreaming of Egyptian stuff. I'll put her right there. And I just try to get little stories going in my head. And again, you know, most of the time when I'm doing my storytelling, what's in my head may not correspond to what you see. So I usually am not, I don't tell you my story. I leave it up to what you see in it. That's just the way I like to do my art, is for you to, whatever you see in it, like that. And just finding some random little people here is a quick way to do some of these little collage cards. It's not like I'm drawing my big animals and fitting them into a collage, you know. I don't want to cover up that mountain. I really like that mountain there. Maybe she's right there in the woods. Another piece of Egyptian. I'm trying to get some, if you want to tell a quick story, especially with your little art cards, find a person, place, and thing. And a person can be a bird, a butterfly, a person, anything like, it could be a bug, anything living. Is when I say person, I just mean something living. A place and a thing. So some of these already have places in my mind. Most of them do, but I'll add some more, you know, a landscapey type thing, or a building, or something like that, or an arch, or a dimension. So they have a place. And then a thing, I like usually to put some kind of, you know, a watch part, or, now she might be just way too big to fit with her outstretched arm. Let's see if I can fit her on somewhere, because she's pretty. There we go. All right, we'll fit her in like that. No, she looks like she's dead. I don't want that. Let's just trim this off. There we go. There we go. That's better. All right, this bird, I'm not going to have a place for him. I like this little Japanese guy, though. He actually would fit really nice on that mountain. It's too small. Let's trim it down. And turn your cards, especially, you know, if you got these random backgrounds, turn them all different ways. You know, turn them upside down, right side up, turn them different ways till you find what looks good to your eye. You know what I mean, Vern? Hey, Lisa, we're just doing some random little art cards here. All right, let's see if I got something on. I don't have anything on this one. I kind of like this. I think I'll have this Native American peeking up over. See now, all right, look at this card. Okay. See? Look how that just works out. I love when that kind of thing happens. Okay. Don't need that. Don't need that crane. Okay, so there we go. Now, I want to kind of go through here and maybe find some watch parts, some arches, some different worlds. Let's see here. So I'm going to quickly cut out some of these. I know, Vicki. Don't you love it when those kind of serendipitous things happen? And sometimes even the leftover parts of the watch, the ring around it makes a good... So you got to think small on these things, guys. You got to think tiny. Gotta think tiny. And also, I don't care if things lay over the edges. I'll trim that off later. Okay, so if something is very, that's too big. If something is too over the edge, then I will just trim it off. That's too big. So I'm trying to squeeze that on there. I'm not liking it. All right, so like this. All right, so here's a bit of a watch. And I'm just going from card to card and looking, but look how this worked out. Just watch this. Okay, so there's that little bird. There's the piece of the watch. Now watch this. Watch this. Look, it looks like that's his wing and part of his body. See how that kind of looks? You can always change colors too. I could go in here and paint this orange or yellow, but I just want you to kind of see this kind of stuff is what I love about collage. This is what inspires me in collage. These kind of things like that. Okay. Here's another one. And I just cut little bits and pieces. Watch this, yes. Yes, Linda. Oh, all right. And then this, I'm kind of thinking I want this as, do I have a person here? Okay, here we go. All right. So, all right, so now see how I can take that and turn that into a world, a planet over here, or a little dimension over there with some paint. See, right now I'm just kind of laying out some ideas. Okay, so I want to go through and add a little something like this to every one. Like instead of that flower in her hair, I could take, let's see here, some little bits of watch parts. Put that, make it like a little hat tilted on there. Oh, see? And I gotta say, it is a little more difficult to do collage this tiny, in my opinion. I like to do it a little bigger, like at least a postcard size. But, okay, so here's a little landscape. See, look at the way this looks. Doesn't that look like a little lake? Some mountains, a little foreground piece of land there. See, so sometimes things like that don't need a whole lot. Hey, Rain. Just doing a bit of collage today. I think I want her in front of that. Bits, ATCs. All right, let's see. Don't usually like things directly in the corner, but I wouldn't mind this being part of a circle there. May not work on this one. Oh, I know, but this one will. This bit right here. Okay, that. And they really don't come to life until I start painting on them. To me, they have they're telling a story, but they're not fully, I'm not fully embracing the story until I start painting. All right, let me take a sip of coffee. But it's been a while since we've done, have done one of these shows on, that goes to Eileen, that we've done one of these shows live. Okay, let's see here, a little bit more watchy stuff here. Let's see. Too blue, don't want blue. I don't want to cover, I like that landscape. I don't really want to lose that. Okay, this blue watch is not going to work. Okay, I think I can at least get started here, guys. This kind of looks like a little bit of a, okay, so look at this piece of watch. Look at the top of that. Doesn't it look like, look, it could be a castle with a bridge. Now I gotta find a place to put my castle and my bridge. Which one of these? Way off in the distance. See, I keep wanting to put something on this one. I really like that background too, but maybe maybe. No, it needs to go on this guy. And this one needs a castle and a bridge, and it might have to be this way. I'm liking that. Shh. Thought process. Shh. I think that'll do it right there. I know, AJ, isn't it? I do. Everybody has one too, and they just don't think they do. Okay, so again, look how this, to me, this piece of a watch with the part that twists, see, it's really like that. So always take your collage pieces and turn them different ways. Look how that looks like the top of a building with a little, there's the little guard tower right there. See? Y'all see it? The little guard towers. I'll see if I got a place for this. She's probably in the tower. She's stuck in the tower there. Like that. Still got another piece of this little Egyptian thing. This, I think I'm going to use him. And this, maybe here, because he's got a little bird in his hand. Okay. All right, let me look. One or two more, two more elements here. That one. Like that, like that. Okay, here's the watch band that I cut the watch out of. But look where the watch was. There's the leather band. And the pieces of the watch, now I don't think I have a big enough piece here. Okay, yeah, I do. All right, look how the watch band, now I know you can't tell that the leather, there's a lot of detail in that leather, but I mean, it looks almost like a steampunk hat thing. I really like this on him though, so I probably won't put it on him, but he's the only one this size. But it just looks like a steampunk hat, cap. Oh, maybe we can put it on this bird. There we go. Let's trim that off a little. There we go. We'll put that little steampunk cap on the bird. Okay, we like that. All right, well, let me see. Let me keep going. That one. This one needs something. That's going to need a little something, something there. Are y'all still with me, Vern? I hope y'all aren't too bored with this. I mean, I'm not showing a lot of technique yet, anything yet. All right, that one, that one. I can always go back and add more. This one doesn't have anything. I'm just almost liking this just as a landscape in itself. You like that, the bird? Okay, hey, TM, thanks for being here. We always love new people. Is it Travis? Thanks for being here. Yes, we're making collage cards. If you're just joining us, this is the type. Let me grab, where did I put them? Let me grab a couple here that we're doing. Although these are smaller, these are ATC size, which is 2.5 by 3.5. This is the kind of thing we're going for. Although these are 3 by 4. You can see these are like my mixed media collage painting cards. So you can kind of see there's a couple different ones. And so that's kind of what we're going. Here's one with a fish, so you can kind of see another element in there. So that's what these are going to be. Similar, I mean, not exactly, of course, but I mean, they're going to have little stories similar like this. Okay? All right. So this, I'm just showing the total process. So far, that needs a piece of a watch right there. So far, oh, this is perfect right there. That little piece right there, look at that. Goes right there. Goes right there. So you can see the technique anyway, even if you maybe learn how to glue something. We're a fun bunch here, people. Okay, so look, I love that little piece there. And it needs to go somewhere on here amongst this. I don't know exactly how. Maybe separate. Or maybe, oh, I know what it needs. It needs cut down. Let's see. Right there. Okay. Something like that. Okay. Maybe on this. No. No, I'm trying to get too much, but it could work on her. All right, so I'm going to stop on the cutting and collaging so we can start gluing, and then we'll just paint. I don't know. Look at that. This is good for something. All right, let me sort of stack this up. All righty. So now, sip of coffee. So you can see all the cards we have laid out. Let me get a tray, one of my old Michael gift cards to smear with. Of course it's used up. Let's get some matte medium out. Get some more out of another jar. I think I'm out. Am I out? Hang on, guys. I have to go. Do I have some more in here? Okay, I've got to go in the other room to get some more matte medium. Hang on, my jar is empty. I have to get Golden to call me again. Golden, call me. All right, I gotta open a new jar, guys. Hang on. Gotta get out some baby wipes. All right, so I'll get out plenty. Need a baggie over that so it doesn't stick. Excuse the squeaky chair, and we're good. All right, so I poured out some matte medium here, golden matte medium, and I got to get my glue brush. Kind of a small one today since we're working small, and I really should put a piece of. I should be doing this on some wax paper because my paper is going to get totally gluey, which I don't mind when I have time for the thing to dry, but if I'm going to be working painting on here, I'm going to piece of wax paper so I don't make too much of a mess on my desk. Okay. All right, so that's what we're going for. Any questions? All right, so what I'm going to do is I think I'll just move everything up, 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 and do a few at a time here. So they'll be on camera. Now, again, this is probably not the most interesting part. It gets more interesting when I start painting on them. And that's why my camera's so close up, because we're going to do more detail work. All right. Any questions? I guess not. All right, so what I'm going to do, again, some of this might have sprayed ink, so I'm going to be kind of, be aware that there might be ink that could move. So I've just got to kind of, be aware of that. The other thing too, anytime I collage, I put the matte medium on the piece, on the back of the thing I'm gluing down, and then over the top. So it's all three. Then you want to take a card and this doesn't take long because they're so small, but kind of mush them down, okay, like that. And I will dry these with a heat gun before I start painting on them. Okay, so as I go, I'm just going to kind of keep moving them in a little assembly line here. Then after I've got them all glued down, I'll show them to you. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of go fast here. And also, if you're one that does not like glue on your fingers and hard to get off your hands, matte medium, once this stuff dries on your hands, it's tough to get off. I have to literally take fingernail polish remover to get it off. So it's, it is a little tricky to get it off once it's dry. So, and I know most of y'all already know all that, but I always, I just, when I'm working on the process, I'm talking out loud with everything that's going on in that process. And even though y'all have seen the process a whole bunch of times, I still talk it out. Again, if anything's over the edge, I'll just trim that off later. I'm going to paint around everything. All right, so let me just kind of crack a lack here. And because I know y'all know what gluing looks like. Just make sure you do it on the piece, on the back, and over the top. And I like matte medium, even though I end up varnishing these art cards with a gloss varnish. I feel a sneeze coming on, guys. Sorry. Excuse me. So, excuse me. Sorry, guys. I don't have a mute button. Barb! Where's Barb? Barb has every button. Okay, so I'll just kind of do one real quick and just keep moving. I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, yeah, just make sure you put it on the piece, on the back, and over the top. You might think, oh, well, I got a lot on the card, so why do I need to put it on the back of the piece? It does make a difference in wrinkling. I'm telling you, it really does. If you put it on all three things. And sometimes when I'm hurrying, I forget myself, and I'm going, why did that one wrinkle? So there's that. And again, it's hanging off the edge. We'll trim it in a little while. I got a lot there on my card. A little castle, i.e. watch part. Little girl in the, let's see, I think I'll have her kind of looking down like maybe she's trapped in there. Whoops. And I don't really worry about what gets on the back either, because most times I like to paint the backs too. So there's that one. Yeah, if anybody streams, y'all click on their names, and unless it's a problem for you to leave the chat. Sometimes it's a problem to leave the chat. But bookmark your people's that stream so that you can follow them. So when they stream, you can get notification. Okay, so there's our little bird with a little helmet. Let's see, which way do I want it to go? Kind of like that right there. Wipe my hands every now and then. Alrighty, let me take a little excess right there. Alright, let's do the next few here. Do 4 or 5 at a time. And then when I go to paint them, you know, I can be kind of selective on which few I can do, because I probably won't get done painting 20. How many did I pick here? 20? I probably won't get done painting 20 little sceneries today, but I try to do a few anyway. So that because you know, every step of the process takes a while. See the little castle on the hill? I'm not sure what we'll have going on here. Maybe I'll be holding something else. But you see how that looks like a castle on the hill? The towers. Well, it depends if we run out of time. We're in an hour and a half already, Vicki. Well, it was a choice between this and 6 hours of my Cleopatra fantasy animal with the wolf. That was my other option for today. But remember, I have two commissions that I want to get done this week so that we can do the drawing in another week or so. you know, getting everybody drawing together on the color pencil drawing. This is getting sticky here. I'm going to have to fold up my, wax paper. It's getting sticky. I'm still looking for you. If you, oh, something went off that I missed it, Moomy. You were looking for me, but, or something. It scrolled off. Okay, so let's check out. I got 2 more times here. I got 2 more sets of 4 to do. Then we're going to go dry them and move on to paint. Come on, it slid. There we go. Ah, sticking to me. There we go. Moomy was looking for, oh, for Dixie. Okay, gotcha. I just saw the D. Let me get some of that excess up. Uh-oh, that one I just knocked off onto the floor somewhere. Okay, where that was, oh, sorry guys, I bumped the camera again. I'm looking for a piece of collage I just flipped off with the card onto the floor. Oh well, it's gone. We'll have to find another piece of a watch or something. Maybe we won't put one. Let's go with that. I don't know where it went. It's probably stuck to my shirt now. All right. Whoa, get back on there, girl. I'm trying to hurry too fast. I'm going to have to slow down. See, now there, see the ink coming off there? So this one had dilutions on it. So it's kind of coming off. It's got to know what you got going on there. Okay, for some reason my camera is wonky. Okay, I bumped it a couple times. All right, let's fold that down. Only got 4 left here. 5 left. Any questions? We good? Just getting some of the excess glue off. All right, let's go here. I got a lot of them going on. Going it this way. One more. Okay, there we go. All right, we're done with the glue for now. Clean off my hands, put my brush back in the water. The glue brushes are the only brushes I keep in water. Okay, so y'all ready for another giveaway? You want to do another giveaway? If y'all weren't here earlier, you missed seeing some of Lindsay Whimsy's little art cards. Let me get some more. I'll have to open the new box of baby wipes here in a minute, I think. Okay, Carrie, are you here to help me? Help! Because when there's over 50 people, it's a little tough. All right, let's see. Let me find the thing to dry my hands now. All right, so I'll show you the ones that we've already given away, and I'll show you the ones. I don't know if Denise is here. She said she was going to stop by. Oh, I don't see her. Okay, I was hoping I would hit it. Okay, all right, so let's get the nana, 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 back. Okay, all right, so I'm going to write a number between 1 and 50. Okay, wait for it, wait for it. So these are the ones we've already given away. Zandra already won this one of Lindsay Whimsy's. Isn't that just the cutest thing ever? So Zandra won that one. Vicky L won this one. And then this is the one I'm keeping for Boo. Where is it? She sent me 5, so I'm keeping this one for Boo. And now we have 2 owls to give away. Let me put these over here. We don't want those to get lost. Where's my owls? And then here's 2 owls. So we have 2 owls. Owl 1 and owl 2. So we're going to give away these right now. Yes. All right. So I'm going to write down a number between 1 and 50. When you see me type in the word go, a number between 1 and 50, one number only. Closest without going over gets to pick one. Okay. All right. So I'm going to write down a number. And Carrie will help me keep track. Lindsay Whimsy made them, Colleen. Lindsay Whimsy. I'll give everybody time. Clean my hands off a little more. Yes, I'm giving away your owls now, Lindsay. Scrolling, holy scrolling chat, Batman. Linda. Oh, you can still put in a number. Everybody, put in a number, Terry. If you're new, put in a number. We're still, you got another couple of seconds. Put in a number, 1 to 50. Giving everybody time to put in a number. Wait for it, wait for it. Okay. All right, I'm going to type in stop. Okay, the number was 33. 33. Did anybody get it right on the nose? It like zoom right past me. That's why I get Carrie and you guys to help. So whoever can help me in the chat, see who won. Closest without going over. I thought I saw a 33, but I couldn't tell you who did it. Okay. Okay. All right, Moomy. Okay, Moomy, which one do you want? Owl 1 or Owl 2? Okay, and Deb got a 33 too? Okay, then this is what I'm going to do. Moomy, which one do you want? Owl 1 or Owl 2? Which one do you want, Moomy? It's Moonrose Joyce. I call her Moomy. This one, Moomy? Okay, all right, so where's my little post-it notes? Somewhere here. I got some little ones here somewhere. Here we go. No, that's, well, I'll just tear one in. Oh, there they are. Okay. All right, so Moomy wants this one, and Deb Boring got exactly 33 too, so Deb is going to get this one. And she's not boring. So I'm going to send that one to Deb because she had 33 too. There we go. Yeah. All right. So Moomy got this one. She got it first. So she got to pick first. Deb got that one. So thank you, Lindsay, for sharing your talent with us. Okay. And then Zandra and Vicky L got the other girls. So let me show y'all them one more time because they're all so stinking cute. Here's the one that's going to Boo. Deb. And y'all go look at Lindsay Whimsy on Flickr. Lindsay, if you want to put your Flickr site up again or your website, anything that you want. Vicky picked this one. Zandra got this one. And where's the other one? Where is Moomy's? Oh. And then Moomy got this one. You need to have, do you have an Etsy shop, Lindsay? You need to have an Etsy shop, girlfriend. Okay, so there we go. So those are our share for the girl for today. All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Lindsay. All right, now, let me not lose that. This one. All right, I think I'm kind of organized here. All right, so now I need to, they're probably almost dry enough for me to add paint to them because I took so long to do so many, but let me show them to you and kind of, let's see here. Hang on, guys. All right, so let me just go through them real quick and kind of flatten them out a little. In no particular order. That one's still a little wet. Might have to hit them with the heat gun just a touch. I don't know, it's not too bad. See, like this, all I'll do is just turn it over and trim off any excess like that. And then we're going to go in with paint. So this is phase 2. Phase 1 was the inking and the painting backgrounds already. Phase 2 is some collaging. Phase 3 is the detail with the paint. The little stories. See how that watch looks like a castle? And some have more than others. I might be able to tell better stories with some that have better, you know, detail and things on them. And, you know, I just like to play with them. Not everyone's going to be like, you know, I don't want to say a masterpiece, but you know what I mean. You just got to play. And if they don't turn out, well, so what, right? So just some little art cards. If nothing else, y'all are getting some ideas, right? I hope you're getting some ideas and some inspiration. And everybody's card will be different because you're going to see different collage elements, different things in there. Again, another piece of a watch that looked to me like a castle. The bird looks like Elvis. Oh, this one's on a little thinner card. I just picked these backgrounds that I'd already dipped in ink out of my stash of cards that I'd already pre-played with, pre-inked, pre-starter cards. All right, so let me move all this excess collage bits off of here. So they're not flying everywhere. Have a little more room so we can paint. All right, so let me, I got a lot of glue left. I'll have to do something after the show. All right, let's see. Paint. Get a couple trays here. Sorry for the squeaky. Oh, sorry guys, I bumped the camera too. What else is new? All right. I'm definitely inspired. Okay. Oh, okay, guys, thanks. The paper used as the base was from the Recollections paper you shared in the beginning. No, that's just some paper that we're going to use for the colored pencil drawings. These came from this stash of cards that I have. So I have all different kinds of just starter cards, cut up cards, things like this. That, because you remember I traded ATCs for 4 years. I mean, like I hosted ATCs. Let me see if I have a couple finished ones I have. Okay, here's a finished one. For instance, I won't get out my books right now. Don't make me get out my tons of 3-ring binders. Y'all seen those too, but anyway. But I do have a couple extra ones stuck in here. I just noticed this one. So one was purses. Now remember, let's see, this one was from 2005. Passion for Purses, 2005. So I made a little purse here, but what it does is open up. Now, the reason I think it's in here is because I had something tucked in here like before, and that part got lost. So I made a little beach bag. I've made little clay flip-flops before. Maybe the little clay flip-flops were what were in here. And then that's all wrapped with some kind of thread or yarn. So this was one of them. And then this is one of my favorite ones, which I use my mother-in-law a lot. This was from 2005 also. We had to do vintage children and pets. So I took an old photograph of my mother-in-law when she was like 2. And I used her when she was 2, which, you know, and then she's holding a little wire with beads on it, and the wire is holding the bird. She has a little bow in her hair, and that's a little stamped vintage bird flying up there, and she's holding the wire. So yeah, that's one of my, I don't know why it's in here. Either there's a bead missing or something's not finished on it or something. And that's why they're in here rather than in my finished ones. Here's one of my hand-carved bee stamped ones. Again, I made it look like it was in like wax, with wax paper. But that's one of my carved bee stamps. This one was from 2005 as well. So these are like 10 years old. Um, but I have a couple. This is one of my favorite ones. I've given them all away except one. I did keep one, and I don't even have a date on this one. I think I gave one to Darcy and Sister Woman, and it's a little miniature book that I use jewelry rings. These are little clay rubber stamp. I have this stamp or one similar, stamped into clay and baked, and then I broke them. I broke a whole bunch of these little pieces to make it look like bits of architecture or archaeology. And then the back I tried to paint to look like wood and varnished it to look like old wood. And then these are just little brads, tiny little brads with little jewelry loops, jewelry ring loops for the thing. And it's just a little book. See these little pages in there. And that's the last one I have of this one. And then that's inked and painted and varnished and like that. So, but I don't really have any much in the way of finished ones in here because they're in books. Let's see, I've got a couple over here. Oh, these were on a poster for the scrapbook store of different, when I taught an ATC class how to make them. So I had all different kinds, probably about 25 different kinds on a poster board to show people what different kind of ways you can make artist trading cards. And some are more artsy, like this one, which has the, what do you call it around it, spackling, and to look like a little cave, like, you know, you can walk right in there. And then, but then some are real cutesy, like this little hanger. I made the little hanger out of wire, a little boa, and then that's some of that wrapping paper that came out a few years ago that looks like rubbery thing there. And so there's a little dress on a hanger. So you can just see, you can do all kinds of different kinds of art cards. Here's another one with like the spackling around the edges. Lindsay. Oh, let's see what else here. Here's another one with this is a photograph. I think this is there's a whole bunch of places not far from me where I'm thinking this is one of the architectural photographs I took. And then I think I've got a whole bunch like this, and this one could be something from a calendar, but I'm pretty sure I have a whole bunch here of my own photographs. But you can see this one was done for this is just like spackle, DAP, DAP spackle that you spackle your walls with. That's all this is. This was actually, Carrie, wasn't this my very first Ustream was doing spackling on ATCs? I think. It's going on 5 years. Paula streamed over 5 years, and I'm right at 5 years. Because that's how I remember how long I've streamed. But I think the very first stream I did was spackling on ATCs. Here's another one with showing how you can spackle with different colors. And see, it just makes it like a little world that you step into. If not the first, it was close, yeah. See, so you can, whoops. And so they're kind of thick too, but. All right, what else do I have here? Oh, we did this one was a monster challenge. Then we had a Wizard of Oz challenge. Okay, here's what it looks like. See, there are different stages so that I could show people. Here's what it looks like before you paint it. There's just the now they have molding paste out. Golden's like the, where's mine? Somewhere over here. Yeah. Now you can get like molding paste. But I didn't have, I guess this has been out forever, but I didn't know about molding paste back, 10 years ago. So I just use spackle. Yes. So here was how it looks with nothing on it. And then here's one again with, when you add the black, first you paint it with black and it gets in the crevices. Now you got to be careful. You want to either mask this off or just paint it carefully if you're going on top of an image. And then over the top of the black, you can put that rub and buff to make that shine like that. And of course, you could always varnish it too. So there's just, I don't know, we got off on that rabbit trail. Sorry guys, we're not getting very far. Anyway, so those are my spackle ones, my spackle samples. But yeah, so all this is just different stages, starters. I even have some foam ones here with that kids fun foam. Just all kinds. Anyway, whoops, sorry. And these are just in those office trays where they have their compartmentalized for pens and pencils and all that. They make perfect ATC or any kind of card holders. Oh, and I know that, what do you call it? Wee Hootie's not here, but I did get this weekend, just a few. But Lowe's now has new paint chips that look like little houses. So yeah, Hubster picked up some more when we went. Got some more dirt for the garden, and so yeah, they're little paint chips that look like houses, and they have the hole right here. So if you have quite a few, you could put them on a ring. I'm not telling you to go take every one, but you could put them on a ring and hang them up. So I just wanted to show y'all these paint chips from Lowe's. Okay. All right, back to our little art cards, which I'm sure are dry now. Hope they're not stuck together. And we're going to get out some paint. AJ, yeah, I know. All right, so there we go. Just kind of flatten them out and make sure they're dry before you start stacking, because I've had multiple times where I've glued them together. Now, another thing, the reason I like to use craft paint in my art journals and in, things like this, the craft paint is less likely when you either stack them or close a book, less likely to stick than your more expensive artist grade paint. Not saying don't use artist grade paint. They have more vibrant colors and different advantages when you're working in your art journal or art cards with using the artist grade paint, but they'll stick. Now I know there's ways to stop your pages from sticking, your art journal pages, whether that be waxing them, baby powdering them. There's all kinds of different ways and things that people use to keep their pages from sticking together. But I have found, and I'll just do one more rabbit trail, then I've got to go get some coffee too. I have found this, and I was leery of varnishing, because I'd varnished my art cards before. Let me grab some here. I'd varnished my art cards before, like these ones that I just showed you here. Okay, and I varnish my, I don't do a lot of canvases, but when I do, I varnish those as well. But I found, and I was a little leery at first of doing it, but I did use in my Illusions journal, I did varnish these pages and found they do not stick. This is the varnish I use. It's the Delta Ceram Coat Gloss Interior Exterior Varnish. It's like $10 a bottle for 8 ounces, but if you use a coupon, you can get it for 5, 4, 5, 6. And it doesn't take much to do these. Let me see if I got one here. Let me find one that I have not varnished just to show you. Okay, here's one. I haven't signed it yet. Let me see. I got a couple here that I've worked on that are not signed yet, but you can kind of see them here. So these are not done yet, but let me just show you. Let me sign one here, so because you can't sign them after they're varnished. I'm going to put 14 because these were 2014. Once you varnish them, You can't even go over it with a Sharpie because it'll just rub right off if you're concerned about that. But for instance, here's one of the cards that I just did recently. Well, whenever I did. Yeah, and the bottle lasts forever. Exactly. So all I do is I just take, this is all it takes. Oh, this is a new bottle. Let me get let me get the bottle that's open. I have just a tiny bit left in this one. So you just put about the size of maybe a nickel, like about that much. That's all it takes. And what I do is I just start in the middle and work my way out. Now when I do this with bigger pieces, I will use one of those foam brushes. The foam brushes will not leave brush marks. Neither will your finger. But you know, for these little cards like, that's all there is to it. Okay, and just let it set overnight. And it'll dry flat and clear. So, where's one of the ones I finished? Oh, here. It'll dry glossy, but it'll dry perfectly clear. So you can still see a little bit how the difference right there between varnished and non, you know, with still wet. Okay, so what I was going to say, now I got to find a place to put this. I got to find a place to put that wet card. If you're using a bigger, you know, like an art journal, like I'm getting ready to show you here, if you do that, then just use a foam brush. And depending on the size, you know, just use these foam brushes because that won't leave brush marks. Sorry for the squeaky chair, guys. Every time I move, it's okay. So, in the Dilutions journal here, again, sorry guys, I keep bumping. All right. I'm so close. I got real zoomed in today because of the tiny cards we're working on. I do like the look of the varnish ones. I do too. And some people, if you like just matte, if you like the look of a matte look, even that you would want to varnish, because if you use, let's say you're using a shiny magazine image or something, if you don't either put a solid matte or a solid gloss to make the whole thing cohesive, then when you tilt it, you can see the shine of a magazine or the matte of the paint. So whichever way you like the look of, I would still recommend varnishing your cards or your art journal page in this case. So I won't show you the whole book because y'all have seen this a whole bunch of times, but I want to just show you that these pages are varnished and they do not stick. So, you know, I'm just going to flip real quick just so you can kind of see. See, they don't stick. They're just flipping perfectly fine without sticking. Now there is a glare, granted. Okay, so, you know, if you, just depends on, this one is, yeah, that one's varnished, but I think there's a couple here that are not varnished yet. So I do want to finish this book eventually because I really like it. But, you know, I've got quite a few. Now, what you're hearing over here, these have not been varnished, and they're still in process. Okay, but the varnish does not stick. I was so surprised. That varnish, I should say. I can't speak for all varnishes. Let me clarify that. All right, so now let me get something back here for us to focus on. Yeah, you can get that. You can get that varnish at Hobby Lobby, or no, Lindsay, that's a year in work and process in that book. So anyway, I'm going to get out some paint here. And I never know what exact colors I'm going to need. I'll get out some of these, my basic colors that I can just see right here, but I'll probably be reaching over here to my paint cart to get multiple colors. Now I did, other than the black and the white, which I'm really bad about because I use all the time, I tried to clean all the lids with the pokey tool and close them well, and now they're all upside down, except for a few, like the black, white, and a couple others. On my tray, on my cart, I'm going to need much more black and white than this, but I'm going to just start. And this is dry. All I use for palettes are the coffee lids off of my coffee. So I have stacks of these. I have been in touch with them. They have sent me Deco Art. Americana is my favorite. They have sent me some free paint. But I have to say, I didn't ask for a lot when they asked me what colors I wanted. They sent me probably about 20 colors because I have them all. And I know you run out of them, and you know, it's nice to have backups. I don't have room for a whole bunch more backups of paint. So when I run out of a paint, you know, or a couple, other than black and white, I do go through a lot of these large black and whites uh, quite frequently, you know, because I use a lot of black and white. However, the regular, just the small sizes, you know, like this, they go on sale all the time. This is a new one. I haven't even opened this one yet, but they go on sale all the time for, you know, about $1. They go on sale for about $1 each. So I just go pick them up as I run out of color. Yeah. So anyway, but I see real quick, guys, I see we're over 2 hours. This is probably going to take me another 2 hours. We're going to run out of time in the middle of me painting these. So what I'm doing, my computer seems to be a little jerky too, so I think I need to reboot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this recording and reboot, give everybody 5-10 minutes to go get some coffee and take a break, including myself. Then I'll come back and I'll have more time to work on all of these. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to finish all of them, but we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording at this point, and we'll do a part 2 of our collage mixed media art cards. So is that good? Yes, we're going to have a coffee break. And if you can come back, great. I mean, we have almost 60 people here. Thanks everybody for being here. And I'm glad that y'all got some giveaways from Lindsay Whimsy today. It's not enough time for a Ustream. No, I'm not going to give you that much time, AJ. You girls. Okay, so I'm going to go and stop this and take a break, and I'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. And you can stay and chat if you want. Just because I leave and reboot the chat, it will still be here. When I come back, you might have to refresh your screen, but that's it. So, all right, I'll be back in a couple of minutes, guys. Or paper. So what I was getting to was Michaels again have their Recollections brand. This is the neutral pack. These are $2 when they're on sale. When they're not on sale, they're like $3.50 or something like that. But they go on sale for, they say 5 for 10 and sometimes 3 packs for 10. This time it was 5 packs for 10, so they're $2 each. So I'm going to go ahead. I already have another one open, but I wanted you to see what it looked like. So the neutrals have hang on. Oops, I think I cut her off. Denise? Yeah, I'm streaming. Can I help you? Would you like to come on stream? Are you busy this morning? Okay. Oh, really? Okay, so you don't have to go out to one. Okay, well, come on by if you can. Everybody loved having you the other day. I'm going to be boring now compared to you and me here. You did watch it? Oh, did you like it? What did you think? Yeah. Well, come on in the room when you get back. You take Cam to school or something? Oh, just a boo. Okay. All right. Well, come on by. Bye. All right. So Denise said good morning, and she's going to try to pop into the chat. So anyway, so let me try to unrabbit trail myself. Back up a little. So these are on sale for $2, and so this is an option for you to use one of these tan shades. There's a cream, kind of a cream color, and a more of a tan shade. This is more the color, this tan. The colors that are in here are this brown, a tan, sort of a cream, a gray, and a black. So these are the colors that come in this collection right here. And yeah, there we go. So anyway, either one of these would be fine to use when I post the outline for you to print out on one of these shades of color. The little bit darker one might be easier for you to, if you're not used to doing color pencil and having a mid-tone for you. A little bit darker, even if you went to the let me get one here. No, that's not it. Hang on, guys. The craft color. Even if you went to a craft color, this would be ideal too. I'm not sure if I'm not sure which one I'll do. It probably just will depend. This one is probably the easiest for you to see the contrast from me, and the easiest to see the contrast when you're working on it. So maybe we should go with that. But whatever you can get, it'll work. It'll just be more of a contrast for you to be able to see black, white, and a mid-tone, okay? So whatever you can get your hands on, though, and I will record, so it's not, you'll be able to go back and watch it. So yeah, so Michaels always has these recollection packs. They have a pink pack, they have a gray pack, there's a yellow and orange pack, reds and pinks. There's quite a, I might have to keep this one for Samantha. Boo, that kind of reminds me of Boo right there. I think I'll have to keep that one for her. And then I'll give these 4 away. And where's Suzanne Ranza and the Owl Lovers? We have Owl Lovers, I'm telling you, people. Owl Lovers. So we'll give away 2 today. How about that? We'll give away 2 today and 2 next stream or something like that. And I think I'm going to keep this one and give it to Boo. Is that all right with you, Lindsay? I know, aren't they adorbs? Oh, I said I'm not going to be one of the people that says adorbs, but every now and then it slips out because they are. So anyway, so that's what Lindsay has shared with us, and of course I got the benefit of a nice letter, and so thanks, Lindsay, for sharing that. Thanks everybody for being here. We have quite a few people here this morning. And also, let me make a couple more announcements while we're staring at these adorable little cards. Kathy Arbor on YouTube, Cass here, she started streaming. And Kathy, can you put the link again to your Ustream? So she did a trial balloon, and she did great, of course. Ustream show. And so if y'all want another person to follow on Ustream, then go over there. And remember, if you follow the person on Ustream, you should. I think sometimes it depends on your browser and your email people. When you get alerts, whether on time or after we've already started, once we get rolling or what. But if you follow us on Ustream, you'll get email alerts when we go live, when we hit the broadcast button. So, yeah, she did do great. I don't know if she stepped away. I don't want to say the name wrong. It's kind of a longer name for Ustream. So when she pops back in, when I see it, I'll tell y'all the name. So she started streaming over the weekend. There it is. It's Creating in My Art Journal. Okay, Creating in My Art Journal. Separate words. And she has them with dashes, so you might even have to put the dashes in there. Creating in My Art Journal. And she's Cass1415, Kathy Arbor on YouTube. So it was just so great to see her streaming. She has great YouTube videos and stream. She's just fun. So y'all follow. She's another one of those quiet ones in chat. You got to pull them and go like this sometimes. Kind of like when Cam's art journal that I try to grab from him. Yeah, I got to drag it out. Okay, so that's the Wingnut book. There's some beautiful work by Lindsay Whimsy. Then also got mail here from, hang on, this is from This is from our Pam. I call her Pam Brower, but it's BROWPR. It's like backwards on here, but that's how I recognize her. So it's our Pam, and she sent, and I think she's Queen Pam also on other places. So let me just slide this over here. And so let me make sure there's no addresses, but here's her. I'm covering up the, the addresses. And she sends all kinds of little things, some quotes. She sent, sorry for the squeaky chair, this adorable postcard. Look how cute that is. I love this. And okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dee Dee, and we're way zoomed in on the camera. So if we do any larger projects, I will back the camera up. Beep, 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 beep. Anyway, so it's literally right here because we're going to do some, whether you call them ATC, art cards, for the pocket pages or whatever. But we're going to do some 2.5 by 3.5 ones here, collage cards. I'll just call them collage cards. That's what I always call them. So let me show you some of the ones and what I do with them. I might just give them away. They may end up in a pocket page or not. But I want to show you what we're going to do. Then I'll show some happy mail. And if you have any questions, put them in caps so I know you're talking to me. Excuse the coughing a little bit here. It's the weather changed again, and I slept with the window open in a drizzly night, so that makes my voice change. Just call them pretty, okay, Carrie. So I do different sizes. These ATCs, artist trading cards, which have been around forever, and I know I've shown y'all a gazillion of the ones that I traded back in early 2000. I did that for like 4 years till I finally just got so burnt out on trading artist cards that I just stopped trading them. Not that I never make them or anything like that. I just kind of changed the way I do them. So instead of just making plain art cards based on a theme, I started making my collage cards based on what I wanted them to be. So these are, I'll show you some different sizes that I've made. Here's a couple of the 4x6 ones that I've made, and these are varnished. So after I do them, when they're finished, then I will varnish them. And these are a couple of my ones from last year that I really liked, that I just keep here for samples. And and again, they've been varnished, so you can probably see a glare. But those are the 4x6, just so you can see the different sizes. Then here are 3x4. If you have any questions, put them in caps. So here's some of the 3x4 ones that I've made. So just so you can kind of see, let me just pick a few out here. So you can kind of see, this one goes this way. Pick a couple of my faves. Okay, so that's some of the 3x4 ones. Sorry, I pulled the camera cord there. Made it kind of jiggly. So you can see the different sizes. Then these I'm going to do today are 2.5 by 3.5, and they're artist trading cards. Let me find one that's got a little bit more so you can see the size there. So these are 2.5 by 3.5. These are just 3x4. These are 4x6, 3x4. The standard artist trading card sketch card size is 2.5 by 3.5. And then I also made these little 2-inch ones. And so they're really tiny. Let me just pull a couple out here that are my favorite ones. So you can see how tiny these are. Hey, a few different ones. Plus there's just plain white, plain black, plain craft, gray. So they have just the whole pack of one color too. So I just want to let y'all know that they're only like $2 for 50 sheets, and it's a good weight. It's 65-pound weight cardstock. So, you know, if you can get something like that, it doesn't have to be exactly that. Just something that you're going to have. Yeah, anything. Let's just put it this way, Lindsay. Anything that'll fit through your printer. Okay, it's going to have to fit through your printer if you want to print out my outline of the person that we're all going to draw together. You know, because I'm going to post it on my blog, and you just run whatever color paper you want through there. You might have to adjust the contrast on the drawing that I put on my blog so that it shows up depending on the color paper that you use. Okay. Hey, Cindy Lou. So before I was going to say this real quick, Lindsay, who I have some happy mail here, she's going into the Wingnut book. And I thought she had said one thing, but it's either way, it's still funny. But we were talking about grandmothers, and she said that her grandmother, she could tell her grandmas, her nana, by she called them a blue nana and a green nana, and those depending on what color dress and coat she wore. One nana wore blue all the time and one wore green all the time, but I thought she'd said curlers. She could tell which nana it was by the curlers. But either way, Lindsay's going in the Wingnut book. So if y'all aren't familiar, this is a Wingnut book for all of us that are wingnuts and funny, quippy things that people say. They're on Post-it notes, so when someone says something quippy, it's on the Post-it note, and it gets stuck somewhere that's getting pretty full in the Wingnut book. There's one right there. Know what I mean, Vern? Okay. So, anyway, so Lindsay also sent in some of her work, and she's on Flickr, and she's Lindsay Whimsy. And Lindsay, feel free again to post your Flickr. And so here's the cute little card that she sent me with a nice little note in it. So thanks so much for that. And she sent, here are her art cards, okay? These are definitely art cards. And so they came like this, and she has them taped all together, and I haven't taken them apart till we hit record. So now I'm going to take them each off of she just had them taped together because they look so cute that way. She has them taped together with some washi tape. They're each in their own little individual packs. So I'm sure that anybody that wants to be around for a drawing today would love to get one of Lindsay's art cards here, because we're going to do drawings today. Okay, so I get to keep one, and then I will give them away. So, all right, so there we go. Let me show you them one at a time. Aren't they adorable? Look, I know. See, it's those quiet ones, the quiet ones that hardly ever say anything. You got to watch them. Yeah, Lindsay, she talks to me before I hit record, and then she hardly talks anymore. But I mean, she's starting to come out of her shell a little bit because she's getting to know us. But then just, you know, to see the cute little work that people do that you just don't know until they share. That is, yeah, hey, Dana, it's Lindsay Whimsy. And so, aren't they just so cute? I love them. T. How you doing? Thanks everybody for being here. We did for those watching the recording, I've already said hi to pretty much everybody unless somebody new pops in. We had a little pre-chat so we could, you know, catch up with, you know, news and everything going on before I hit record. And so here's let's see some of these tiny ones. So those are just some 2-inch ones. Here's another tiny one. And they're mixed media collage. What I mean by that is they're collage and paint. So there we go. All right. So anyway, so there's some 2-inch ones just to show you the different sizes. All right. So like I said, this is your standard 4x6 postcard size, 3x4. And these two are also the size of Project Life cards, although they do have some odd sizes, like some 3x3s and some different ones too. But these are the two that really, you know, started the sizes. Then this is your ATC, your artist trading card, sketch card, baseball card, playing card size, 2.5 by 3.5. And then these are just some little 2-inch ones. So there you can see the different sizes of cards. And we're going to be making some of this size today. So there we go. So let me just stick these back up here. I have a little pocket right up here where I keep these handy so that when I talk about them, I can just reach right up there and grab them. Okay. All right, but before we do that, sorry if there's a little bit of a glare here, guys, from my, yeah, that's not going to work either, from my lamp over there. Maybe if I just not put anything over there, because it's really rainy and overcast today. All right, let's see where I can put that right there. So anyway, and we're real zoomed in today because we're going to be working on these small cards. So I have a bunch of ones that are, we call them background starter cards. You know, you can take a 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, decorate it, play with it, plus spray inks, collage, whatever, and then cut them up, and you have automatic backgrounds. So we're going to play with these today. I just pulled a handful of the multiple ones that I have to start with that. But first, let's show some Happy Mail. I did not do a lot of shopping this weekend. I did get a, Michael's again have their paper packs. Let me show you the one that, because we're going to do that project. No, this isn't it. Here it is. Is that it? We're going to do the, everybody draw, you know, color along with your color pencils on a portrait. And maybe, I'll probably finish up the two commission pieces this week. And then after that, I'll post them. I know she'll want me to post them after I finish them. But then we're going to use one of the little girls as our practice piece. And she already gave me permission to do that. So what I'll do is take a sip of coffee, post on my blog a very faint outline, and I'll probably, the best way for me is to print it on white, or put it on white, and you print it out on your color.